Hello, I'm Daniel. In the amateur radio world, known as KE7UUM, hope you enjoy the video. So, I thought I'd show you something today. No, that's not supposed to do that. First off, I'm going to try to tighten up this one a little bit more. I can get my hands back there. I could put some little nut and bolts. I also think that these self-tapping screws that I use, hard to wire, nuts, bolts, well, they're not nuts, but they're not quite as big in diameter as the ones I used to buy. This is just what I had around to put this on here. The other thing is, and you can't really see it that well because of the angle of my camera, but going through some stuff, I found a couple of old 11 meter antennas. The name is worn off, but these were like electrically, let me turn this around. Electrically, I hope you can see this okay. 2 1/4, 2 1/2. Some of these were Tigard antennas. You could get them in 3 foot, 4 foot, and 5 foot. They had the tunable tip right there. And then this was my favorite, but it's not all there. This was a Super Tigard, and I'm pretty sure before I lost this radio here, I'm pretty sure that I actually put the shorter one in here and got it to work on 10 meters. But as you can tell, I need to retape this. All the wire looks like it's good. And that end down there, I believe they called this one a Super Tigard, but I don't really remember. I took this out last night. Anyways, this screws out. There's no reason why this would not be able to be adjustable for as much movement as it's in here. There's no reason why I couldn't adjust this tunable tip to work on 10 and 11. Now, I'm showing you these antennas because I'm thinking about putting the 5 foot right here. I used to walk the dog with that 5 footer. I know people will tell you to buy a Wilson, people will tell you to buy this and that, but for me personally, I am that 5 foot Tigard. That did the job, and so did this one. But I like the 102s simply because when you're going off-road, these things are all but indestructible. The only time I know of one ever breaking is when somebody that was drunk rolled a vehicle and then it bent and they tried to bend it back, and then that's when it broke. Got the MFJ. I know, cold solder joints, bad solder joints, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But we're going to put the 5 foot up on here first. Maybe I'll tighten that up first. Who knows? I'm still working on my first cup of coffee. So, look at that. And let's see. It's still good there. Hang on a second. Let me pause. Saying good morning to a neighbor. Didn't know I was recording. Down to 27. 405 is channel 40. Yeah, still usable. 205 is 20. There you go. All right, folks. So that's what it is. So the top of the whip has been cut down. I've got like 5 altogether, and including the one that I took off because I need to fix the screw holes in it and get different Allen heads that make it adjustable down there. Those are both fouled out bad, and so yeah, I'll get that one working again. But this one will work good enough. It I really wish the longer one was on that side of the vehicle, because going through drive-thrus and things tend to hit more. I really don't want to break anybody's lights or awnings. I've been folding it back and putting it through the window when I have to go through something. But, all right, well, as they say, walking the dog and kicking the cat. Blue Thunder. Oh, excuse me. That's not right. KE7UUM. I don't know. One and the same. Just got down. Isn't the magic, or whatever you want to call it, look at that through my glasses. You can see the Betsy Ross flag through my glass, reflection through my glasses. That's awesome. Okay, back to antennas and radio. So, those two antennas that I used to use for 11 meters, actually I have 3 of them that I tried all together. Having some issues trying to get the SWRs down. It's been many years since I ran them. Although I do know I ran one on 10 meters in a mobile about 7 or 8 years ago, and I would never have allowed a 100-watt radio to have a standing wave of 2.5 and talk on it, unless it was an emergency. So let's fast forward. I just went ahead and put the one of the 102-inch whips back. I've got 2 that don't have static balls on them, so cutting them is not a problem to me. The other thing, and you've seen on the meter, the one that I'm using now is actually better than the other one that's got the problem at the mount. And I said screw holes, and I probably should have said it needs to be retapped and re-dyed. It was getting hot for me already outside, and as you can see, I haven't shaved this morning. I barely had 1 cup of coffee. But typically, there's never been, and over the years that I've known of people that have ran in 10-meter radios or talked on 10 meters, I've never had a 11-meter antenna that couldn't be tuned to work on 10. It may not be 100% flat, 1-to-1, maybe 1.5, but it's always worked. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up, and for now, I am sticking with the 100, it's probably actually 101-inch whip by now, maybe 100.5-inch whip. I don't remember how much I've trimmed off of that for sure. Hey, well, I hope to catch you on the air. Let's get 10 meters more active.